Did you know that the Scout Law is different in other countries? Yeah. Hey, ScouterStan. Thank you for joining us on our ScouterStan channel and the adventure that we are on. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the Scout Law. Now, there's a lot to consider when we say the 12 points to our Scout Law. We use key words in our Scout Law. That's because we think about the meaning of each one of those words. So that's really important when we're looking at Scout laws around the world. Now, in many places throughout the world, they don't use the keyword method that we use here in the States. We use a 12-point Scout Law, where they may use anywhere from 3 up to 14, okay? But they're different points, and it's done in a textual situation where it's a speech, it's an actual quotation. Now, originally, the Scout Law was spelled out by Baden-Powell. He wrote it in a text type of format, not keywords like we use, but he wrote it out, and that was used in Scouting for Boys, which originally was a magazine and became a book by the same name. This text actually has spelled out 10 points in the same order that we use here in the States. Later, when scouting was being organized in the United States, Seton added 2 more words to the 10 points that Baden-Powell had spelled out and started using the key word method of reciting. Now, the 2 words he added to this list was brave and reverent, and mixed it all together, making the 12 points, the keyword points, that we use today. Now, I have a video that I did earlier on who created the Scout Law. So I'm going to put a link up. Don't go there now. Wait for it. Okay, there it is. All right. So there's a link to go to that video. Try it out at the end of this one, okay? So bear with me. Now, when I was researching this, I could only find English translations for 47 countries. So it gave me an overview, but there's far more than that out there. So that's something that I want to preface right now and make sure that you understand it. I just, at the very top, okay? That's really the research that I came up with. Now, in that, I actually encountered 19 countries that use a 10-point system. Now, they either use a keyword or they use the original text that Baden-Powell put together. Now, these are the 19 countries that use this 10-point system. You'll notice that the United Kingdom uses that also. There were only 3 countries that use the 12-point keywords that we use in the United States, and they are these. So keep this in mind. There would be a 4th one, but it's the Catholic Scouts of Ireland, and they use the same 12 that we use here in the United States. Only difference is Ireland has 2 groups of scouting. They have the Catholic Scouts of Ireland, and then they have just the Ireland Scouts. So those are the 2 groups. The Ireland Scouts only have 7. So there's a little bit of debate there. So it could be 4. Now, of the 47 countries that were in the survey that I could find, the most common point was trustworthy, 95.7% of the time. Now, the smallest amount was reverent at 25.5%. Now, keep in mind the translation might be confusing, and it might be part of courteous. which was 85.1% of the time. Like I said, scouting is in a lot more countries than 47, but 47 is all I could find that were in English that I could make a comparison of. Now I'm going to write an article and put it on my website, so definitely go to my website, ScouterStan.com. Okay, I have a website. I'll put it in the blog there. I even have a little spreadsheet of all the different scout laws and how they correspond to the 12 that we use here in the United States. Now, when scouting first started, BP had envisioned that he would guide the establishment of the standards and the procedures for each country. He would just guide that. He did establish the Boy Scout Association, which was based in London. This London, England, was kind of the place where this all went on. And that was founded in 1907. Now, in their founding, they were helping other countries come up with their standards, their program. That was very important. They were there to assist with all that. And Baden-Powell was envisioning that guiding and enabling of the scouting program worldwide. Now, this organization still exists today. It just dropped the word boy from its name, and it became the Scout Association. Now, this occurred in 1967, so this has been around for quite some time. Now, in 1922, there was an organization formed known as the World Organization of the Scout Movement, or as we call it, WOSM. Now, we represent this by a simple purple patch, which is up here, it's underneath my collar, but a simple purple patch that's on every single American Scout uniform. The Boy Scouts of America, or Scouts BSA, is a proud member along with 172 other organizations that are established through WOSM. The Scout Law is a big part of scouting, and I really believe that the 12-point system we use here, no matter what interpretation, no matter what kind of language it's in, it all has a core message. The meaning is universal and unique and culturally defined. I hope this has brought your understanding of the Scout Law to a new, higher level. Convey this to your scouts. I know you do a lot of work and a lot of stuff. Maybe put it in a Scoutmaster's Minute. Talk a little bit about the different Scout laws that are all over the world. There are all different kinds. And that's the beauty of scouting. We are truly a world brotherhood. And the Scout Law is one of those things that we all have in common. No matter how many points, no matter how it's structured, it all is there, and that's the wonderful thing. Scouting is a wonderful thing, and I know you know that. So keep up that hard work, and I will see you on the trail.